Thank you. So Jessica, great speech, and it actually reminds me of a quote from The West Wing. Sam Seaborn was a speechwriter, said that good oratory could come from your socks. People should feel it when they want to stand up. And you had the audience applauding before you actually finished your speech, before your last line. So the last line of her speech was bon appetit, but you had a nice conclusion right towards the end of it. So there was no thank you, there was no nothing, you reached over. So that was a very good job closing. I think part of that was you had a very strong call to action. You actually kind of challenged us, hey, are we behaving in our eating habits? I don't, so that definitely struck interest with me. But that showed that you had the audience's attention. If you had them engaged, were there like rearing to get out of their seats and, you know, bravo you, that's a good sign and a good speech. Now, I could spend the next 5 to 7 minutes talking about what you got right, but evaluators only get 2 to 3 minutes. So you nailed a lot of good stuff, good eye contact, good vocal variety, good gestures, really good use of the stage and blocking and making your points. I do think you cheated a little bit because the topic is on coaching, and Jessica is a coach outside of this too. So this is definitely in your wheelhouse, and you hit all the points as well. I really did like how you brought up Jose and had the Cookie Monster kind of vibe going. It did make it a little bit more fun, and I know that's something that you wanted to look for, was to make it fun, and it did. A couple of minor things that I would work on is, and they're minor, but they're a big deal for you because I think your level of speaking is going to require you to really tweak a lot of little things and kind of look for those aggregated small changes. So one thing that you did, that you used the snooze imagery twice for the snooze button and the getting up. In a speech that's 5 to 7 minutes, especially when you're delivering a message, I think you should really look at tightening up your language and even trying to avoid repeating things that are not the message that you want to send. So the message that you wanted to send was be mindful, slow down, make time. So when you're repeating other elements, you kind of lose the message a little bit. So just be very tight when it comes to your writing. I also think that you also want to play with your vocal variety, and I think you have the ability to do this. So you got up here and you said, slow down, and people bought into it. But if you want the audience to slow down, another tactic you can do is everybody slow down. So you're using your vocal variety, your pitch, and also just having the audience slow down with you. So rather than, you know, and it was very nice, it was very kind of a little comedic moment, but if you want the audience to kind of feel what you're pitching, you kind of want to look at it from their perspective in terms of, and I'm not speaking for everyone, I'm speaking for me, that's what I took from it. To challenge yourself, I really think you need to try something 1% change, and also try something way outside the box. I've seen you give a lot of coaching and help speeches. This was fun, but I've seen you do fun before. So I saw your humorous cat speech, which was great too. So I've seen you do kind of the fun. I would look at speeches that take you way out of your comfort zone. And for you, that's going to be tough because you have a pretty big comfort zone. No, you do. You're great up here. So I encourage you to look at some of the other speeches around the room, see maybe how you would deliver some of those same topics and things like that, and really just try to look for those 1% improvements in there. Great speech. Thank you.